Okay, so collaborations in watchmaking, you see them popping up all the
All the
time.
time, yeah.
But when you get a name like Bulgari, that Italian design giant, teaming up with someone like Gublin,
Right, the Swiss family-owned retailer, big reputation there.
exactly. It
Yeah.
makes you sit up and take notice. So that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
The new Bulgari Octo Finissimo Skeleton 8 Days Gübelin Special Edition.
Mm-hmm.
We've got an article with the details, but um, our mission really is to figure out why this team up and this specific watch actually matter in the grand scheme of things, beyond just, another new watch.
Well, I think it's more than just putting two names on a dial, right? It feels quite strategic.
Hmm.
Bulgari, they're known for pushing design boundaries, especially with the Octo Finissimo line,
Definitely.
and partnering with Gublin, who have this really established, discerning customer base. It kind of lets Bulgari connect with maybe a slightly different crowd, people who value that mix of innovation and, well, tradition.
That makes a lot of sense. And Bulgari's done collaborations before, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing pieces with artists like Tadao Ando, Kazuyo Sejima.
Yeah, absolutely. And even that tattooed one with Chrono Swiss and Laurent Picciotto, or the iridescent clouds with Laurent Grasso, they have a history here.
So how does this Gublin one fit in? Is it like those other artistic ones, or is it something else?
That's a good question. I think it's maybe an evolution. Those earlier ones often felt like, an artistic layer on the Octo's design. This feels maybe more rooted in leveraging Gubelin's market insight.
Okay.
And you have to remember the Octo Finissimo itself. I mean, that series really marked a before and after, didn't it?
Oh, totally. Those ultra-thin records. What was it, 10 of them?
10 world records for thinness, yeah.
No way, yeah.
Including the recent tourbillon.
Yeah.
But it's not just thin, is it? It's that look.
That unmistakable shape, the octagonal thing.
Exactly, the stepped octagonal profile. Kind of references Roman architecture, but it's so modern, so veramente Italiano, real Italian style.
You instantly know it's an octo. So this specific Gublin edition, it's based on the skeleton model, the one from 2022.
That's the one. Now, that skeleton, it wasn't chasing thinness records specifically,
Right.
but its power reserve was, and still is, pretty formidable.
Okay, so tell us about the details of this Gublin version.
All right, so you've got a 40-millimeter case, sandblasted matte titanium, super light, super robust, and it's still incredibly thin, under 6 millimeter, 5.95 millimeter to be exact.
Wow.
And it's got that classic octo geometry, the notched crown with the black ceramic bit. But the main event is seeing that skeletonized movement, the caliber BVL 199 SK.
Right through the dial.
Yeah, it's like this network of matte, open-worked gray bridges. You see everything working. And that huge barrel up between noon and 2 o'clock,
You can't miss it.
that's the powerhouse. That's where the 192-hour power reserve comes from.
Incredible. And there are subdials too.
Yep, small seconds, and the power reserve indicator tucked away between 7 and 8 o'clock keeps it clean.
Okay, but the really new thing here seems to be the color. Those blue accents.
Exactly. That's the Gublin touch. Blue on the hands, the indices, the little power reserve gauge, and this is actually quite important. Well, the earlier monochrome skeleton versions, they looked amazing, very architectural.
Yeah, very cool.
But sometimes legibility wasn't, the absolute best at a quick glance, especially with everything being open worked.
Ah, I see. So the blue helps it stand out.
Significantly, it adds that bit of visual contrast, makes it much easier to read the time, but it still looks really sleek. It's a functional improvement that also looks great.
Nice touch. What about the back?
Sapphire case back, so you see even more of the movement ticking away at 3 hertz.
Huh.
And there's a little blue etching, Gübelin Special Edition. Subtle.
And it comes on that integrated titanium bracelet.
Yep, sandblasted titanium to match the case. Super lightweight with a triple blade folding clasp. Very comfortable, very octo.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. It feels like a really thoughtful collaboration. You take an iconic watch, the ultra-thin Octo Finissimo Skeleton with its massive power reserve. You bring in Gublin's sort of retail expertise and maybe their eye for refinement.
And you add these blue accents that are not just cosmetic, but actually improve the usability.
Right. It blends the Italian design flair with Swiss, maybe, practicality or market awareness, and it's only available through Gublin.
Precisely. It's a great example of how two quite different players, this bold Italian design house and a, let's say, more traditional Swiss retailer, can create something that enhances the original.
It really works.
And it makes you think, doesn't it? It poses a question for you, the listener. Where else could we see unexpected partnerships like this? Entities from maybe different fields coming together. What kind of cool innovations could that spark? Something to ponder.